Levy, what is going on right now?
I don't know. Maybe on the break we take a look at what just happened in that game. If Hans Niemann had won that game in that emphatic of a fashion, everything would have flipped, but he still can't get a win. If you can't win a position like that because you're just not feeling the killer instinct of the day, there's nothing you can do. Like on days where in the last week, I've lost, I don't know, some hundreds, 150 blitz rating points. Nothing works. There's just nothing you can do. You play until you get out of it. But Danny, if he can't win that position, I'm not sure there's a position he's going to win today.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, class is permanent, form is temporary, as they say. Sometimes you show up and you don't have your best chess. You don't want that to be the storyline if you're Hans Niemann or a Hans Niemann fan. But right now, that seems to be the case because Hans has had a couple of victories that Denis Lazavik has denied him or he has let slip away. And now, by the way, Levy, he's just lucky he didn't lose that game. By the way, like he's lucky he didn't lose that game. He should have lost, and he should be down 4 games right now. That was a one move, Sheboygan, Wisconsin, blunder fork on B2. And yeah, Denis missed it.
Crazy. I mean, and Lazavik is oozing confidence at this point. I mean, like he is.
Yep.
Danny, the moves that he found in that game to sack the queen twice, get out of here. I mean, like, what do you? How do you beat a guy who's leaving his queen hanging 2 times and counterattacking you? Like, it means he's so locked in.
You can see the confidence. I agree. He's locked in, and here he goes, Queen H5. I don't know. That's the right plan. I think. Yeah, I think the.
I was going to ask you. You know how you used to say, "Oh, I know that's Hikaru face like number 13 or 17 or 11, right?" Yeah. Denis Lazavik has 1 face.
Yeah. Like it's called winning.
Yeah. I mean, Denis Lazavik, win, lose, draw. Tournament champ, World Cup champ, world champ. That's his face. That's what we got.
Totally true. And I still have a well-documented catalog of Hikaru Nakamura facial expressions. I just don't get to do commentary as much anymore as the good old days. But yeah, no, you're right. Denis Lazavik, not an emotive player. Hikaru, I think, on the extreme end of being emotive when he plays. I think Hans Niemann is more on that side as well. But Denis doesn't even blink, man. He just calculates.
No, he's really evolving for sure. I mean, the ability to play such a tactical position but have such a solid playing style. I don't know what you got to beat the guy with a baseball bat. Like there's going to be no other way to beat him, and I don't know. I have no idea what I tell Hans if I'm his coach. It's like one of those tennis matches. You show up and the other person just 3-0s you. Like there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, especially because Denis is also one of those players where if you're not on good form and beating him, outplaying him, he doesn't vary. He's just going to stick to the playbook. Like his style is just what it is, right? He's going to play the same stuff, same openings. And so what I'm saying is like, if you're not on top form, you can't rattle his cage. And so this is by the way, we're basically being baseball commentators right now, speaking of a baseball bat, because we're looking at a game that doesn't have a lot to show for it. And by the way, this is the opposite of the kind of chess Hans wants, because prediction, 3 more minutes will come off the clock before this game is done, at least. If not 4 or 5. So we're seeing that 25-minute clock countdown. If you're new to the SCC, you're not just playing against your opponent. You're playing against the countdown timer and the scoreboard. And so this is not the kind of chess that Hans wants to be playing.
And I don't know what he can possibly do here. Because at some point you start feeling the pressure of, do I try to play for a win? There's only so much that playing the best move will get you because you're down 3 points. So at some point you have to go for a win. If he thinks his best chance to go for a win is with white, because the previous game, then with black, he's just going to have to play. Guess what, though? Denis Lazavik also is just going to make moves. Time is going to keep going off the clock. But this is looking very pleasant now for Hans, I have to say.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have never played that move. But his idea is to stop B5 ideas, I think.
Yeah, he's guarding the B7 pawn so that you can make B5 with take once and then probably C5. Or the other way. Or you take with the C pawn and play A5. Yeah, okay. That's better. Dennis trying to get rid of
pawn.
his weak. It's a good idea by Dennis. Sorry, we're lagging a little bit again on the audio. Didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No. I don't have anything profound to say. I've said everything there is. Now it's just a question of how much longer can Denis do nothing in the position before Hans starts throwing haymakers. And if he does something really crazy, he will lose a game and be down 4. And that you generally don't recover from.
Yep. There have been 2. I'm gonna the SCC production family in the background is gonna check my stats here, but I used to do every SCC match commentary for years, and I'm pretty sure there has been 2 4-game deficits overcome in history only, and one of them was overcome to tie but still lose. I think there's only one 4-game deficit that was ever overcome for a win. For anyone wondering, we're gonna ask stat team to check on that, but I think so.
Pretty sure like a couple of years ago, Magnus was down 4 games to Hikaru and then came back. And I don't know if that was the match that he ended up losing anyway, or if he won that match. But that was pretty wild to watch.
I'm pretty sure he lost that match anyway. There was also a women's Speed Chess Championship match. I remember that Irina Krush was in that had a 4-game deficit where the person who came back also still lost. But I'm pretty sure there was one 4-game deficit where someone won. All right, here we go. Endgame time. Both sides under 20 seconds. What do we got, Levy?
Well, first of all, we have rook b7 hangs a rook. Let's not do anything too rash. Bishop f5 is an amazing move, hitting the pawn on d3, forcing white to push the pawn forward. Now the light squared bishop is terrible.
Okay, Hans is pushing. This is good. The a pawn will run, and the a2 square is guarded.
This is miserable for white. No. I mean, this is like objectively completely lost for white. Like, there is nothing. The pawn is going to get all the way to a2, or the king is going to come in d65.
You're lucky you've gotten the setup that you have here, but even this is not going to be good enough. That black rook will switch to the c file, and this game is over. Hans does it. Doesn't need to be asked twice.
But Hans had to bring his king. He hung a pawn.
Yeah, but the rook is... I think black... Oh, white has to find rook a1, and he finds it!
Yeah.
The right move order. Oh
wow.
My God, Denis Lazavik.
Yeah, he's sacrificing a bishop because he's gonna do the same thing that happened last game. He's gonna try to trade all the pawns. Rook b.
But Hans
he's in time, Danny. Rook d3, rook d7, rook d3, rook d7, or
bishop d7 first.
Oh, and rook g3. Oh my gosh.
Wait, but the king is stalemated. There's a renegade rook. Renegade rook on the board. Oh my God, I saw it. He's got a renegade rook because the king is stalemated. Holy crap.
He hung his bishop. He
had to. Oh, Denis wondered. Denis thought it was stalemate. And Hans gets a victory. There it is. Finally, he says. You can find it. There you go. Oh, wow. Hans is excited, boys and girls, about that victory. Can we show that before the break? What's the sponsor read? I don't even know it. That was absolutely crazy. I know I don't want to overwhelm the chat with chess, but first of all, this is now a draw. Denis took this pawn, everybody, because he thought king would take, which is stalemate, but it's just an absolute blunder because the rook takes. But now I have to go back to the renegade rook idea because we saw it coming. The moment this king was stalemated, Lazavik spotted it, and this is just a good thing to know that you can hang your rook and it's a draw. I just wanted to show that. But wasn't there something else in this game we wanted to show? I don't even freaking know anymore, man. This match is wild.
I realize. Yeah, let's go forward a move. I realize there's a so the king moves right, and then you have to go rook d6 because if you play rook d7 right away, there's g6 check first.
Yep. Check, and then you win the rook.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I thought he just hung his bishop. Like I thought. Yeah, he moved king f7 and just like.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was on purpose. Wow.
Yeah, it was on purpose. It's the only chance to draw, and now.
I know, but Danny, why did he? Oh, he was trying to go rook e7, king h7, rook e5, g6 mate. That's what he was trying to do. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I think part of the reason Lazavik hallucinated, one, it was a hallucination, but two, I think he was a little bit worried, and obviously he only had 2 seconds. We can now see. So maybe he was just panicked, right? He both blundered and just didn't realize that there isn't a threat. Because even if the king moves here, the pawn is pinned. You can just keep the rook here, I think. Yeah. And so I think he just hallucinated that he wasn't losing. You know what people need to do when they hallucinate? They need to pick up their energy and focus.